Adishima ma enenso makwa baby on twede ampobasa ya dom nyankrompon ne dom ene ni penti busumi ne da a etoson kuno yewuram se krodon na edai awiabo ade ache etwam ama ade asa asema baby ayidi esamodo a abewo adom kase ene yabo de bede ye de ebro na ensem na de edi mu akotene bi ene se yese nya da obeto bo atwa so fra na sada na mpafi ebesiu atemwafo bi sisi ameka sei empanyufo ahye so mo nkotena fie ne anya hwehwemu fo mu dwumadi wo esanse yese keta hye pro ye dwibie ne kankan adokro mo te se de akokono adoko abe emu hwehwemu ene ensem ne nyina da ye bebo atwe e de ama wo kase yi mu sanso na ye firi ho a ye beko akohwe lawyer Morris Ampao Osi Abrante friend George Boatin so na adwene so the NDC for be kokoto no anka se obedi ene mu aboa Abrante na amanatimi edi enkunimu NDC amanyuko ne so ye be comedy na ne yakwa akohwe abato a ye be so primaries se de ensem esi ko ebi muso dedi kwa ena nipa ne bi ye ebi mu so se sebe enye se enkwa na adwo na anusini ese bi anom ti hia wodom berema de obetimi akoti abese hwan na eto ayampia na hwan ena eje ni nyina mu ntwemu ne nsem bi edi mu akotene amuna na nsem yemu nsatwe mu nsem ene gidie mu nsem ene pie keka ho ene ne me obidum bi kwaku edukume making kan edi ama ye home so mra ye ba ibenya adaje ye bebo ewura nsem na afie tutu no asre ene abasa edi ama wo memu akwaba Yamakwa baby on Adom TV kase ebreno no afi yemo enfenwura ensem no emu ejebu enne ensem ebobofo memu enye de ebi mutia no mra ho ebi mu nso tia om se nyame ena ne omanfo ho amenne atemuafo omokrata nyina da aba abeda monten esumase dwadi omudi ye nyina da ene nyame apa ho entima ni nyina da ene se empanyfo waka biewum ewo mamu atemu eho wode abeto dwasa atemuafo be se eduonu emiensa sisi ameka sai de eduonu mienu omkotena fie ebra ye nhwemu ede afo dwumadi ahodo a wodi ye eho ni nyina da ene se anas areme yaw anas waye hwehwemu ede abeto monten a chesa atemuafo kasho morre ewo mai mu no amu osiase ayi nkukune ne ayi se dobe na ni nyina da na akoye sumase dwadie eno mudi ye Adom TV kase ye ko insenim na afi yakowie ashase efrase akohwe eba ne se na sanse mu nyina da ebeto monten ne de ben sem na mpanyfo eka afa ho
atemofo nyina panyina wo man mu Chief Justice yere maame Georgina Theodora Wood e de atudwa se esia ne nhwemu bi a Anas Amiru Yaw Anas oye nsentwereni ye ya efa agagifo ho nti wapa wabedekuo bi asabre wono aye nhwehwemu na nsunsanso aba ne se agagifo no mu oduonu mienu 22 ena sisi ano yabo wono asensen ewo nwumedie mu maame kira ne epia bonten no anodin ne behia se edin bi aka nso ewo mu no wono beto wono bo ase na wono aye emu nhwehwemu sisi ade enipa eduonu mienu a wondin aba beto dwa no yese wono nkotena fie wobra nhwehwemu aka no wono beye ede ato aso
wosa ensem nim na beto dwa se nipa bi ho a emra ye bomfoni ne kyerem na kyese akwete sa so monsa aso monan yayere omoto ayere omano se botwe desese bi omuyi mframabo ne gu omuyam timpanfo hwe ya no wo se omumo de omunyomu tiri ne dim eninti no wo mokra de wo nkotena fie kra ansa na nhwemu no kra be hyase ahyase
Esian nsunsanso a aba Anas Amiru Yaw Anas nhwemu a woyefa agagifo ho nti amasisi ade adwumanu mu aye hyehyeehye na nyame yadom abosumi de toso de enumenu ena Anas ekyese saasini no obepa ho ntoma ewo oman yi mu yekyeremu anipa 34 a wonom ya agagifo ena aba beto odwase wono agye adamudie sika pa wo man mu asensem wo mudie no wasem wo de kora sika woni nti na yebu ade etia wo ne firi bra ensem yi beto odwa no agagifo bebre no mai wona de so wonom mpene Anas obey de obetumi bia se de beya asini no emma abonten Adom kase ehwemu aye ne kyese Anas enso akantem edin sese eda seboa sini no de won bepa ho ntoma ewo man mu
eniti ehonsem eno no na Emrani for do na ene ba sei almost so ensem na te setafra se bi wakoto enkoko bu mu no na eno nam so ma Adom TV ka se ye ne enua Samson Ladi ayene ne etwetwe nkomo ensentroni a wo sa ye mrani for ene ti wo de no magunsani ani ene karikuku karimu ma hwemu duro ekwan be fa so asem no ye betimi adi ama tentene ne etimi adi mu e wo mayimu ne sunsun so betimi anya e wo mayimu atemu so.
This is the ultimate judge, God, showing his anger at human beings who have the privilege to be judges and are playing God. So God is angry at these people. You can't play God. Some of the judges, and as we find from this investigation, you have as many as 34 of them being indicted. We need to represent the situation properly, that you have about 350 judges across the country. And out of that number, you have these 33 or 34 of them being indicted in this way. It must also be put on the record immediately that very soon the investigator will reveal also a good number of judges who refused, okay, and actually warned the investigators those who were attempting to bribe them not to dare. So that is a reflection even of our own society. There are people who are corrupt and there are those who just can't be corrupted. We say in Chi, Efiebia mensawo. So it has happened. Fortunately, I say this is very good for the country. It is good because we say in law that a multitude of suspicions put together cannot constitute proof. What you need is the hardcore ocular material evidence to prove a claim, an allegation of criminality when you make them. In this case, we have the evidence, thankfully. And so these judges will be taken through the process and will face the full rigors or might of the law. The person who has been caught taking money, taking bribe, ought to be prosecuted, and they have to be taken through the due process. In this situation, it's different. He did not only do the work. After he finished the work, he put together a petition. A petition in the form and fashion as is presently going on against the Shraj boss for her removal from office. Because if you want to remove a judge from office, a judge of the Superior Court, like those in the High Court, if you want to remove them, you take a petition to the President, okay? When the President receives that petition, he will refer that petition to the Chief Justice. When the Chief Justice receives that petition, the Chief Justice will make what we call prima facie finding. After that finding has been done, a committee will be set up. That committee will now subject that evidence you put forward to scrutiny. And after that, it will give a decision. And the decision will be that these judges have been found guilty of this and that and should be removed, or that they have not been found guilty. So in this case, there is a roadmap that is going to be followed. So those who will be found guilty, certainly, and I have just said that from the records that we have seen so far, it cannot be the case that they will not be found guilty. They will be found guilty. I say they cannot escape even in hell. They will be punished for it. And we need this to happen so that the system can be sanitized.
It's where the atemwafo on risk. Atemwafo na won wan chiriwo part 1 and 2 enche bia kuma wutfo enim so mde beyisini. Na no ene ebisa Samson Ladi aye ne nsi enya ne ntie. Sa atemwafo ni bi ho a omunya mpopoye se video ne beba bonte ape ene omo sha ase tro letter tenten I sack myself ache so mdwumadi omudi nyina da omo de eba na wieye. Eno so Samson Ladi aye ne ni ekasa edfa ho.
Already you must have heard that some of them have collapsed. Some of them are on their hospital beds as we speak. Some of them attempted to resign. They took resignation letters to the Chief Justice, and they have been refused, rejected flatly. You can't resign. Wait till we finish with you.
And we've heard of moves to, try to prevent Anas from, showing this video.
Those are some of these judges who are seeking to go to court. And I understand actually that yesterday, some of them, their lawyers filed the processes in court seeking injunction against the broadcast of the video. It's not stopping Anas from anything, but stopping the broadcast of the public viewing of the video. But I'll say that is the biggest joke I have ever heard. I'm not sure it will not happen. I'm not sure any judge will sit in the court and agree that those videos should not be watched. In any case, if a court in Ghana granted an injunction that maybe no media house in Ghana should show that video, Anas has connections worldwide. The results of investigations are shown on CNN. They are shown on Al Jazeera all the time. They will be shown on Al Jazeera. They will be shown on other, media networks abroad. Will the judges extend their authority to another jurisdiction? As a lawyer, I am aware that there is a lot of excitement within the legal fraternity that this is good. It will help because we know of very clear circumstances and situations where you have done all the preparation and you go to court and a judge exhibits a behavior seeking to embarrass the lawyer even in front of their client, seeking to give an indication that you've never been to the law school. Meanwhile, in some of these situations, that judge was your classmate and behaving as if he knows all the law but you don't know. And in some of those situations, in fact, they do not know the law they are seeking to apply.
Would you say that this goes to vindicate people like Raymond Atuguba, who took on the judiciary some time back?
Before Raymond Atuguba and the rest spoke, there had been a number of Afrobarometer surveys, okay? This is not new. Just that over the period, it has been suspicion, suspicion, suspicion. And I say, according to our law, a multitude of suspicion cannot constitute proof. Now, we are not dealing with suspicion. We are dealing with real, material, hardcore, ocular evidence.
Hardcore ocular evidence. Abem de na chese otum se mranim fo no mani abrepa. O hese de usi ne techemase. No yere na pantan ede kana na chese we enye bayira abrewadwo. Na nsamo a yenua Samson ladi aye nani wo poto ye nyina da ye bubum de aba ya kanka semu a. Wo se enokre ensam ne de aba na se de TV ya ne hwemu beba. Na wo hwe ensamo a ewo emfonyene ne so. Na yebo ede akere wo manfo na nya de obi abetimi abeka se we de enyemani madabru bi na hyekaka mutubi se de be ya wona me ebese ni nyina da emu no wo se wanya ne nte se atemwafo ni bi omombraninfo de asem na kodan koto sanka be ya eni kwanse ye makwan masa ese ne kwa yi emadasani bia etimi hunu bie no no de wo hu ne se saafo ni nyina da omte se bobukala a wo de twokwae na nima bo ne watch kese no wabegina no him ne nsasa me pekra mankwa wo se e concert party no muyi na ba bia duru ne de nipa bi kan o mu anya ensem eni hu adanse na se de ya chudi kru emu nsem de aka nyina da ye homeso aba ye de beba. Yamakwa baby mba Ghana Adom TV station ba ko pa Adom TV kase eni guso aye kenkan edema mo na hyehye enenti yenko yanim ewo kase enimu emranim phobia wabempa yi ewo mrem lawyer Morris Ampao oden sama tudwa sese be panyin international asefo amfo sanso na panyin ohwema mofrare na nka ye kan na nka refo ka ho bi enenti wono de ompene totompene no anka beya anka wo mayi mu eyatemwafo nyina da epanyini mecha Chief Justice Georgina Theodore Wood ankono anka sanfa ne dwumadi ento essence wetimi ahwe ama enkrofo mo hye na se cash o mare ama se ye ho apagya na ho behia se wono anka se so otimi hu se de keka kɔ na nya de beboa nenim de ene bi nso na nim onyam te wode dwumadi to anka beboa pa
mrenim ne bia ne de lawyer Morris Ampao e de atodwa se sisia de Chief Justice Mame Georgina Wood omfa ne nsanhye krata ase na ono ankasa entwe ne ho mfiri ne dibre ne so o sei ne epia bonten ehunhwehwemu a Anas eye eho no e kire se maame no esese ogyae no adwuma o sei sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ aporɔyɛ a yɛko ɔman mu ɛbɛtumi adi mu na ɔmanfoɔ bɛnya awerɛhyɛmu ɛwɔ mmaranimfoɔ anaasɛ agyagyefoɔ adwuma mu nti nea maame bɛyɛ ɛbɛsɔ Ghanafoɔ ani yɛ baako pɛ ɔmfa ne nsa hyɛ krataa ase na ɔntwe ne ho mfiri ne diberɛ no so sɛ adwuma no ɛnyɛ adeɛ a ɔbɛtumi ayɛ bio firi sɛ animguaseɛ no aba ɛberɛ ɔne no ɔte akonnwa mu.
The way forward is say yɛnhwɛ sɛ number one yɛbɛ purge judiciary no yɛbɛ clean judiciary no obi biara bɛfa out say ɔyɛ corrupt no yɛn yi nedi ne yɛn bɔ no kwedu na yɛn sentence ɔmo na yɛn recruit fresh lawyers na ɔmo mmra na ɔmo esua ne akɔ so ɛwɔ court no ɔmo nyɛ example for them ɛfɛ nso no yɛn make sure say judiciary no security yɛn fa city cameras and work court hɔ nia any judges no chambers ɛfɛ nso yɛn monitor judges no ɛwɔ mu fie ne ma chief justice nso and resign at this moment because say about the say expose ni kyerɛ sɛ judges 36 nko a na they say there are more but just announce ntumi ankɔba ɛna ebia corruption no bɛkɔ no court of appeal bi wɔ hɔ na supreme court akasakasa bi so wɔ hɔ but ebia na announce ankɔba hɔ enti na they say who were judges about 200 na 36 ɛyɛ corrupt and they say more ɛwɔ hɔ but ebia ɔmo no announce ntumi capture it means that the chief justice has failed to fight corruption when in a civilized well-groomed democracy no chief justice no be resign now I'm a kwan so obi fufuro embe take over and you say ono katakishe pro no is guilty and you say he is responsible but in principle who resigner what it means is that you have presided over corrupt judiciary until the all resign no be fufuro abe take over no take over no will now know say if you don't fight corruption you also go more transima president mama and fayano.
And why train you lawyer Morris Ampao say Abrante friend George Boateng and sent him when I joined one woman penny John Dramani Mahama Besia guy and in another NSA or Persia her. So no the to Frank and so man penny besa to no to Frank Adama ND Samanukuno. I must say and penny phone be I shall see Trana Yampiania the forms of coffee or Mosi and ye Ninada Enka Infuano. Abrante and say and some no will be the Musukona for their copimu or court to Anibia. Abrante no was a man I know to Abrante and Nasimo de Papa. Na se kobaso na adwene so obekọ court okra wono lawyer Morris Ampao ko bi di Abrante no anim.
Owura George Boateng wo ye na adwene se enkokofa krataa no akopre mampanyini dibre ewo amanyoko NDC dimu ono wase sisi ade de niema kɔ na hwe ya odani bekyerɛ mu ewo asenibia enam so nti adom kase akɔ ne lawyer Morris Ampao akodi nkomo ebisa ne se ensɛm a George Boateng ka sɛ wonya amanyoko NDC ɔde wɔn bɛkɔ asenibia no nenembia na sɛm a wɔka no ewo mu ana ne no na lawyer Morris Ampao ede tu dwa sɛ so panyini ede NDC fo ko gina asenibia pɛ ene asɛm beto wɔn mu efiri sɛ ɔman yimra de bu my constitution no ene NDC fo de ɔne de bu amanyoko no ɔka ne nyina sieni no de ko gina kɔto a wɔnom ho bɛkyere wɔn papapa sanse ne wɔno yɛ no ɛyɛ boapayɛ kwan ene wɔfa so a wɔn pɛ sɛ opanyini betumi akɔpre di bre no ɛwɔ NDC amanyoko ne dim
ya bema no ɛwɔ case ade no wɔ case so on your party bar, you can share on your party bar. Obey a party bar or hold the position of party. No. Then you have a general secretary of the party. Only any evidential proof or now or say ni panda abodam on your pepe. Meanwhile, no only psychiatric evidence. And you know, you are educated were air in law because nobody can declare somebody say or you're mentally sick. This is a medical checkup. And you know. That alone no, was wrong. If you look at George and if Donko was given the green light to compete the president and to compete in 2012 presidential candidate elections, sir. What has Donko called? Abrofunu Kronte or Kasa so cry and Tiasia. But nationally, no, you are allowed no, to compete with President Mahama. If Donko compare the own NDC party member. You see, there's a difference between going to compete and win. The caliber, but to deny the person there, court. Now, on your good lawyers, a little strong foundation per the constitution of NDC. Now, the constitution is so one. I can tell you, before God and man, he can get an injunction to stop the primaries And I'm saying so because anything cannot go to court and say that the panel board where evidence improve. And I feel so what is qualifying on what basis? No, you need something strong to disqualify a person.
Anything and some no and a lawyer Morris and Pawatri no so the goods and any partner her said yes, you do Branty, ye winning Kunsati so be a wakobo chrononi and there. And no, ye becca sempany for mother and this man you no, or mato ampa who and branch between you modi, said the Senate Efata Essan say Yako, so make cananum, and who will listen, and it in or more years and to me and son and seminal. I could be more ever, may more as in the beer. What and some for Fumo, you acquire from the IDEC. Amade small barber to just a baby or to football quick, not just a honey here no. Now, any MPP amanuku, so a wusu to Trubento a wobble, Sagana, you voters register and yam to go for ne and my man so phobino. And who be answer was a better contour crabbe your cobia, or move it me if you muma pa edia film amano creno, etimi abedeja.
Opinion be or ye Juma or Institute of Democratic Governance, IDEC, edia to just say. O my about 20 in Chekrata, a voters register no. Enya ade a emu adwuma na sese jaidema amanyuku na afa ya batu adwuma no nko a wose sese ye pawo animdifo bi a wono nso abeniye fa abato ho no no ye hwehwemu ne ehunu se ne NPP fo eka no eyampa anase enya ade a eyampa Dr. Kwesi Jonah echiremu a ensese NDC amanyuku NPP amanyuku ene parties awodo no nko a ne jaisa asodie ne de ma wo mo na ensese ye de ma abato adwumeko electoral commission nso Nemom esese pawo fekuo bi a wono ensha aban sase eye independent committee na wono beye enhwehwemu ne ehunu se eyampase ne NPP fo ka a amanyuku no bita wona chi no eye nokre anase enye nokre wasese koba ne se ye pawo fekuo no mono beye enhwehwemu no dia Ghana fo nyina beji atum ne to abawie na insunsaso no ba enya ade a obi abekwa kogina baabi akasa ade atua insunsaso a ebeba ewa abato no chi.
IDEC's position is that because a lot of parties are complaining about the current voters register, there is actually the need for an impartial committee made up of experts. We are not talking about party people, good ICT people with knowledge about election voters register and so on and so forth, to be assembled to investigate those allegations that have been made against the register. Are they valid? And if valid, what do we need to do? We cannot simply leave the political parties to be pushing their own viewpoints. We need a committee of experts, first and foremost, to examine the register. If possible, access registers of voting neighboring countries to see whether some of the allegations that are being made are true, how substantial those allegations are, and then the way forward. We cannot leave this to political parties. We cannot also leave it to the EC alone to do it. At the moment, the way we are going about it, this party talking, that party talking, and the EC calling for views of various political parties and so on and so forth, we do not think we can come to the kind of solution that will satisfy all sides.
Okopiemu ewo boase ene ne mpotemu a bia ye friend said ye wo so se de o manfo wo ho no wo muni yakum watikwa pai wafe wo sen e de atwe Anglo Gold Ashanti for essence witrima was why we krokro de John Adanko dadadre ene sen Anglo Gold for e be share wo bosan ko be ma wo su dokodoko ya mo no na so ko wiase wo de asua kwa ada no wo achenchena.
Adishia one more dear woso, a yebrono be a war bossy, ayo yetre nano pay de tia Anglo Gold Ashanti edumano. Say, and she shabby or money Anglo Gold Ashanti ye no. And idea dumano to me a d ne fine war a boshene muso. And penny for no Anglo Gold Ashanti no one tenasi and no castle bema wana quampa, and sue. Clinic and afe gata sa hodwo nanso ebesi se wonom ekasei enya ade a Anglo Gold Ashanti for to me aye wono asede se ne wo contract ni mu no ede ama ekroma no we na ama omode abufuo aye oye kire etia Anglo Gold Ashanti for
Eji ebu ya kwasi apa entontoma etuedi eguro yi mu no me say akura bi obekọ hospital bia esi malaria entontoma wi asa bola nyina mu de begu ye so eji enya hwe maye mu de ade bi babo aha mu say ensunsuanso bia bebebia no mu baba bebehwe mu nsia mu nya hwe maye entontoma wi ya de bia ntontom za wontumi ntina bonte kura seconds kura entontom wi sa enti ntontom na wi ya ne yesra sai de anka mo so hospital na mba ya mo ba ya mam ya de ani mu ni asam mo ma ya kwa kwa ne ma na munya hospital ma ya na munya market ma ya de ani ya di ani asam mo ya ma ya ni obi ani asam
me pa show idea ha ni say eji etu amenana won kata so apantuntum ma ye huna ma ne ye ma nsiota na tem bosi the whole bosi toilet dia wo su na mo de begu bola nyina dia wo su na begu ye nya interest bia fredi ye ho wo bu ye kwase agi abu ye kwase agasa na wan kasa hye community center ye sade clinic esem asabu we wo kwase bi wo he
enu achi no nana kwakumpon a wo ya akomuhini wo kromo so de beto so kire mu se enya de ono betena se ya hwekan ma anglo will ashanti for esisi wo no
de ema ye oye kire ne se eji ani ya betena ase ni EPA say wa mo betu ahatelins na wa mo de akọ nti wa mo ne ye nhihye se de ekure ye hia bia no ye nka eti ya ka kire wa mo se ye hia borehole na ye hia borehole ye hia clinic ye hia community center na wa mo nya ye kwa amayen na ba bi won betu bia no won be fele na wo ma ye community farm ede ama ikuro no na ye no wo guso telling wo motua kakra no wo wie eti enhihye na wo mo ne ye no wo mo aye borehole no community center no borehole ba kope ene wo ma ye makuro no community center no so wo mo si ka wo so wo ma de clinic ehiem ene ye se da bi yanti bi da community center ya de clinic ehiem ni de yanti bi da
enti dia wo so fo no nom so kotere won kware ne makomu abo aponchani mesam fifiri 7 Anglo Gold Fund me metu om gold enyo mo se tam ne be wiase omo na hunsunsu so na eba bedu omo so ntia fede wo se yoyi yemra enkra kopon mu bia ye friend se Madina na obepie mu ha opanyine bia se sei wo pem epem etia se de be ya ye be mana kwanya na eja obegina NDC amanyuko na betri so no de apremra hye bedwa akonwa no lawyer Havie Susu enei opanyine etwema wo se emputudwuma abo omanfo Medina te se de apupu abona adwe na omonsema omoka ene sese de noma esi ekro ne de ehu behia se wo sensa twa etimi ba nanso emrahye bedwani asesei wono ene te akonwa kese no eso no munyamfo Amadu Sorugo wo se enye se enkwan adwo ena no sini bia ese bi anom na se srade fo a abo akyekyede wontobi se de nipa bi si yedede eto ayampia ne ye sebe enye se ebia yese ye pemrahye bedwani ntina kyese kwakwahwe ba bia ne yakofa ne so mbra no emrahye bedwani ewo empotemo nto ndo ka ne primprim se nye dede hunu na obeye no eno ene begitumi ede amawo
Mrashe bedwani a wogina de manfo no Madina abatu mpesua so Alhaji Sorugo ede atudwa se enya ade adede yo ene ede pre akonwa ewo Madina ho ne santi NDC amanyoko ne mba wono mpatemu no hwɛ se edu primaries abatu no a wono beto ama ne bio no asan kɔ pre de wono hia wo mpatemu de ama wono nemu mono ndi dede chi no nkoto aba no emfama obia na bro panyin ne na ma ne bofo etwe nkomo no wose ne hia party ni se wono bekoso nya dom dodo ata wo na chi ewo mfihia mpemienu ene achi dunsia ba ebeto no oman mu no oso no de waye bi pen efri se wode niam egu akwanso ma mebu na wono nya adwuma wo ho no bebre ena efrase a wono eye adwuma osisisi a oba mpesua ne so a enipa num ena ne pre ewo ho se wono so betumi akomra hye bedwafie na ne waye nti ogidi se eda se boa nkonimdie ne besan so aye no dia
democracy enipa duo no obia enka bi se ye wo yastic wo mo ankasa ye nyina akọ ye de ho bekọ akotu asi ho na obia ye bisa ye ne waye ne constitution no obia de wo ho at the end of the day no ne party ni beje atumu no se nipa sei na ekọ after see go through all the processes because while we are aware afi no mo kakọ mo vetting me se me qualify you se me qualify you minim obi ba so ni obe qualify obiara ye be go through the vetting nanso constitution eya to ho wa ubetimi agina na wa wontimi nyina se ko duro na constitution ka chem se Alhaji Sorugo da bi ye hwe ye no ebo bra se wontimi a naja na matwem ho na ne ye de beba no naja se medina chi and from president to obiara aba omo the guidelines are bringing all the aspirants obiara on the guidelines nti wo nso wo kan na obi sɛ wa qualify a sɛ gya na ɔdo ho kɔ nti nea wɔn nyame bo ayɛ wada no mienu me de paper ɛbɛkɔ akɔma
Opanyini Amedu Sorogo no eno senka dede ye na kede ko memu mrahye bedwafia nka bo na ntwie ko no be speaker of parliament ko nka woda wotiamu mu na nka obi atrase ene ti de koso nde apurukuso nka ne kutu kra ena aka ne shete uguso a ehwe Adom TV ka se de aduru so yempomudi mu nsem twotwoti eba ni padua no ahuru mojanim ema mojatimi de afrusa ne sanse entini ni mada ho sanso na heaven black mosquito ko apurukuso da de akontontum so no wo mo ena afa ho ka Yamma kwa baby mpom de ho nsem na aduru so yemmo enfenwe mo na enhwemu a abetodwa ekyerese we Ghana adehye be se enkono a emu miensa de yade a friends hepatitis ebi adokrom we arehosam na so ne Adom TV kase yade ni edi ekyere
atodwa se ene Ghana fon kono biara obehunu wo mo no emu miensa enya yare diabetes ni bi we amampanyifo no amansan apomdia so ye World Health Organization e de atodwa se ese onetumi bo aman no bi se de be ya diabetes a eya giwiase aboso no obetumi esi ano World Health Organization and International Diabetes Federation for hremu a esese wono tumi tutu niema ye ni amamu mpanyimfo no hwapomden ho nsam so no nyina ye ko na wono fa na ni bre so kon befa so obetumi esi sa diabetes no ano kwan ensemi mame Elizabeth Esidenyo a wo ye otitinani oda diabetes fo nkabom ko e wo man yi mu ano e na ode to Adom kase anim
diabetes is very common in Ghana now. Now, estimates are saying 3 of every 9 people you call in Ghana are having diabetes. It is a rising global killer. It's the number 10 cause of death after HIV, accidents, and what have you. The World Health Organization and the International Diabetes Federation estimate that these figures are going to double in 20 years if we don't change our attitude. And currently, the health expenditure worldwide is very high on diabetes. Over $4 billion US last year alone was spent worldwide on diabetes.
Aniti kakum ye jene kokuo num sede mpanyimfo esi aka na ewuma no akọ hwese oni bidia na kyese ohu so nso abrobo na ja wabọ ho ban e de afiri wo bi nso a ahotoso ne be ma na afa yetimi ahwew ama ho atọ de atuso e ye adwade mu nsem adwade mu nsem no ene ye de ni edi momone ene kako adwade achi esanse hwemu twema womanfo hwe momone papa wo mamu ne bakako de agyae obekona kwabrane wachia ne suntimpa na kakoyi ehye no dodom no omokomoko a utum sampa wanya feelings sen ina adwade ne siko
momone ne kako eye namu bi a no kura ne nyame anim nie esikafo pe ehiafo pe akesefo pe atiatiafo pe emaso wa pe ene nkrachefo nso epe esiane sede ne nka nko a tienti so obi eye kontumira bomu no amfa bi antumu a eya ne nkone ye saranso ena se obenya nkwan pa bi edi na se kakonde mu a aya na nhyeda entwa ye enne bebia obekọ bia ye ton duane no kako eya de akrachefo ne nketesia eko ho pa ansa no monye bi atompo e de ato ne duane so Adom kase na mane bofo prince owusu esiedu akomadi na dwa so ene wona wona ton kako akodi nkomo amebi mu de atodwa se kako ye namu bi a ode hu wura ne dwadie mu a emfaso wo so free se dako woni tumi ton kako be se 1000 Ghana cedis
mitumi ton be se 2 million
kako a day na owo business ni mache
Dabi.
Uko be
start here.
Dabe.
Na say na me start here.
Na uko mu na ye nika se uton ka.
Ai.
Na sent na ya na hu ni se.
Sent ni de se etisa. Etimbenya be ye etumi ton kotoko be mienu.
Nya me sense ka.
Be 10 million
a day.
Na
onya 10 million.
Say kako de ya de obia timi de ya na de ti omoto.
Today bia onya 10 million.
We want 250 pesos. And no omo try no 50%, omo ye ne 5 2 cedi. Into so there 50%. Baby. Menya 2 cedi also. Uto ye cedi.
Na kako business in Senate.
Ono so e. 7 years.
7 years. How they turn there?
Me ton me ko nyama na provisions.